punishing yourself doesn't help you because you're not living fully. You're not allowing yourself to experience a balance in life. With every experience that you have, your body reacts to it in a certain way. And then when you're in a traumatic situation, your body floods with negative hormones. And if you keep yourself there, you can actually start damaging those systems. We need the balance of life to be healthy. Find a group of others who have been in the same situation as a social connection. Just allowing yourself to be exposed to something lighter, something different.
Hello, my name is Janelle Rapp. Welcome to America Lost and Found. America Lost and Found came to be because my sister 24 years ago walked out of an open mic night and she hasn't been seen since. Her name, Regina Marie Boss. In all those years of searching for her and working with the families of the missing, the biggest lesson that I learned was to not miss out on my own life because I'm missing her. And I have Duane Bowers here to help us work that out. And that is kind of the punchline of this little segment here, because it's hard to feel like you have the freedom to live if they're not living, if they're missing, and they don't have a life. And so I want to welcome Duane Bowers. He's a trauma educator, author, therapist, and certified wellness coach in private practice. He has supported me and people like me for as long as I've known him. So for 22 years, I think I've known you. And he's an expert on ambiguous loss, which some people don't even know what that means. Some therapists don't know how to deal with people like us. And I'm so glad that you are the expert, to the point where people call you from around the world to help them, to speak with their groups. And you are available to speak to groups on Zoom as well as in person, correct?
That's absolutely correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you, Janelle. And I'm just going to say that for the record, Janelle and I met through an organization, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And that's how we sort of started our connection. Janelle never would have been in this situation if her sister hadn't been missing. And I never planned to be doing this kind of work. It just, life happens. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. So, Duane, when you have something tragic like this happen and you can't find that person or you can't bring that person back, say your loved one's even murdered, and you know where they are, or a sudden accident. I get my information in my life and in my heart because my sister disappeared, but there are all kinds of tragedies, right? That this could come to play in. So how do we have the freedom to go on living our lives when they can't live theirs?
It's one of the most difficult parts of having a missing person, I think, because we feel, well, one of the things that folks feel is that how can I allow myself to have a good time if I don't know what's happening to my loved one? How can I laugh? The reason I brought up National Center for Missing and Exploited Children was I wanted to use that as an example. As Janelle knows, they do trainings every year for new volunteers to help mentor other folks who are going through having a missing loved one. And that first night with these new volunteers is one of the most difficult nights in the training, because they all kind of come with a chip on their shoulder, and they all kind of come with, I don't want to be around a lot of people who are just going to boohoo and complain about their life. And they're all afraid to laugh. Mm. every one of them will tell you, how can I laugh when I don't know what's happening to my loved one? And honestly, by the end of the training, they're feeling comfortable to be with each other. They're feeling comfortable to laugh with each other. They start to realize putting their life on hold doesn't help the situation at all. And that's the thing to remember. I think that's the important tool is punishing yourself while your loved one is missing doesn't help the loved one. And it doesn't help you because you're not living fully. You're not allowing yourself to experience a balance in life. You're only allowing yourself to focus on the negative. And with every experience that you have, your body reacts to it in a certain way. So if you're in a relaxing, joyful situation, you're flooding with positive hormones and your body's functioning very well and whatever. And then when you're in a traumatic situation, your body floods with negative hormones or cortisol and other stressful hormones, and it starts to affect the way the heart functions, the way digestion functions, the way your brain functions even. And if you keep yourself there, you can actually start damaging those systems and those parts of your body by making yourself stay there. We need the balance of life to be healthy, not only mentally, but also physically. And so it's hard to do. How do you do it? Well, one good way is to, if you have a missing loved one or have a situation where you're just focused so much on the negative that you're not able to see the positive in life, find a group of others who have been in the same situation and use them as support and as a knowledge base, but more importantly, as a social connection. Because what you find when you've experienced trauma is most of your friends, family, they don't get it. They haven't been through it, so they don't understand what you're feeling, why you're feeling, those kinds of things. So by connecting with someone who's been there, that can be an extremely helpful and supportive situation. The other thing is just stop yourself. Just notice that that's all I'm doing is focusing on the negative. I'm punishing myself, basically. I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to have a good time until I find my loved one. And I want you to think about the others left behind. What is that doing to your family?
Right.
What is that doing to your extended family? What's that doing to your social network of friends? You know, people often complain that, well, my friends just kind of deserted me. Well, okay, they might have. Or was it that you kind of drove them away because you were so focused on the negative and not allowing yourself to fully experience life that they didn't know how to support that. They didn't know how to be around that. And it actually was affecting them in a negative way. So we need to look at how is the way I am presenting myself affecting others, and how is it affecting my body? One of the things that I often recommend to folks is turn on go to YouTube, find some kind of silliness, something that's silly. Now, if it's a child that's missing, don't look at children on YouTube, but look at adults and look at adults being silly, pie in the face, stupid stuff that you maybe don't even laugh at anyhow, but just the silliness of it will finally get to you a little bit. And it's okay to smile. It's okay to giggle a little. My go-to is the Lucille Ball Show. I Love Lucy. Oh my God. I was raised on I Love Lucy. It was my mom used it as a babysitter. She could put me in front of the TV and knew I would be mesmerized. I can still look at those and kind of giggle. And they're silly, but just allowing yourself to be exposed to something lighter, something different, so that you can experience that for a little bit, just for a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes every day, turn on something silly, just to allow yourself to feel something different than being obsessed with and overwhelmed with the negativity. And so that can be helpful. A friend, if you've got a friend who's pretty good at kind of distracting you from the negative, and it doesn't even have to be lighthearted. It's just doing something different and feeling something different. That can be very helpful as well. So just finding distractions and and recognizing, I think the most important thing is punishing yourself doesn't do anything to help your missing loved one. We kind of think that it does, and it just doesn't. It's not helping the situation at all. It's not helping your family, and it's certainly not helping you. And so you're not affecting change in the situation by keeping yourself focused just on the negative. Is that making sense, Janelle?
It does. It does. And I feel like you're saying just live all of life. If the emotion is to be sad, let yourself be sad. If you feel like laughing, let yourself laugh. Even if it's over something ridiculous, let yourself feel the feelings. And that's how we live our lives. That is life.
Yeah.
And I love that you're giving me permission and others who are going through difficult situations permission to just be, to be in the moment. And I'm reminded of a story. It's either from Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich or Joseph Campbell's book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. I don't remember. But there's a story in there about a woman who heard a knock at the door. And she went to the door. There was a policeman. And the policeman let her know that her husband had passed. And she asked the policeman to come in and asked him if he wanted some tea. And he said, you know, I'm surprised that you're offering me tea in this situation. And she said that she had learned that when she went through something, when something happened, it didn't matter what it was, whatever her plans were, before she heard or found out about the difficult situation, to go ahead and do that. And she said, before you knocked on the door, I was making myself a cup of tea. So I am just following through with my life.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. And that has stuck with me all these years, that, you know, just feel the feeling, do the thing. If you were planning on, you know, being a singer like I did, or being a this or being a that, just keep doing that. Keep doing the thing that you came here to be, your purpose in the moment, or your purpose in the big moments of our lives. So
I'd like to add one more thing to that. And your purpose is not your life. In other words, your purpose is what you came here to do, but you came here to do many things. In your case, Janelle,
Exactly.
you not only came here to be a singer, you came here to be a mother, you came here to be an educator, you came here to be many things. And if we just say, I must have come here to search for my missing loved one, that becomes your life. I know so many people that it becomes their whole life. They live it, eat it, drink it, and they don't have another life. They don't have a balance. And they get sick. They don't have a good social network. It just consumes them. And so absolutely recognize that, yes, you've got to do some things to try to find your missing loved one, but that's part of your life. It's not your whole life.
Exactly. And so through your advice, your tools to get out of that, just allow yourself to be, to feel, to do the things that you enjoy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Take a risk. Do something new. That's another thing. Oh, here's some other things that help to be levity, that help with levity. Interact with kids. You can't not smile when you watch kids playing. You know what? I think one of the greatest things on earth is watching 3, 4, 5-year-olds try to play soccer, because the soccer ball is almost as big as they are. And I call them the teeny tinies, watching teeny tinies try to play soccer. I mean, you have to smile. Watch puppies, watch kittens, interact with things of life that remind you that there is other life other than just searching for the loved one or the trauma that you are facing. And yes, that's important, and it's a big part of my life. But let me take a break and look at, where is life on this planet? What other life is there that I can enjoy for a few moments and take a break?
Take a break. I love that. All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to end. So if you'd like to find out more about Duane, go to DuaneTBowers.com. And if you would like to subscribe to America Lost and Found, do so. And if you'd like to find out more information about or revisit, you can revisit all of these tools on 411GINA.org. Thank you so much, Duane. Have a great day.
Thank you.